Welcome to Thoughts Roundup. I have a story to tell today. And first of all, I want to say that I have a book that's winning a lot of people to the Lord. And that's the truth. That's the truth of it. And it's winning people all the time. Every church almost I go to, someone comes up and says, I read your book and that's how I got saved. Well, I got a story in conjunction with the book. It's called Doctrine Does Matter. When my wife and family and I were in Dallas, Texas, building the great church that is still there and is progressing, we built the first building, the auditorium, and then later we built an educational wing onto it in the back of the church. And one night, I don't know, I can't remember how many people it was, probably, I'm going to say, I'm going to have to guess a little bit, but anywhere from 18, 20 people was in the educational facility and was all sitting at a table. And I took a podium and was at the head of the table, and they had come to hear some teaching. Well, I taught on doctrine. And the Lord really anointed. I was just carried out in a spirit almost, you'd almost want to say. And so I taught a little while. In my mind, I taught a while, and then I wrapped it up. Felt good in my soul for doing it. Everybody was telling me how much they enjoyed it. That's what we like that. We like that. And I looked at my watch because I thought I had gone about 30 minutes. I looked at my watch and it was 3.5 hours later, or 3 hours later than what I thought it was. And so I said to my wife, I said, Joan, something wrong with my watch. She said, what's wrong? I said, well, it says 3.5 hours later. She looked at hers and she said, no, that's the right time. She said, I don't understand it. I said, Joan, surely I have not taught 3.5 hours. Because I'm a 35-minute man, 40 at the most. And I just can't believe that and so we asked some of the people, said, how long did we go? How long did I go? And everyone that looked at their watch and said, good grief. They were surprised. They said, we thought it was about 35 minutes, 35 minutes. Is it really that late? So what I'm saying to you is this. The Lord did a marvelous thing. They said you could have gone longer. We wasn't tired. How could it be 3.5 hours? And so, to make the long story short, that happened that night, the notes that was taken from what the Lord inspired me with, is the contents of the book. Doctrine does matter. We have been blessed to win the poorest of the poor. We won it. Ron Knott was a Delta airline pilot during that time. He flew TriStars. One night, my wife and I got on the plane, and we got on Delta Airlines. And as we come on the plane, Brother Knott came out of the cockpit. He was captain that night, flying us. And while we were flying, he turned it over to the crew, I guess, and came back and for a little while sat by us. God works in mysterious ways, and he has been so good to me. Thank you for listening.